We've had plenty of strange Splatoon adverts over the years. Most people in the Splatoon community definitely know about the infamous "You're a kid now, you're a squid now" advert. That's kind of become a long-running meme in the community. Nintendo put up this new Splatoon advert. I don't even know if you can call it an advert. It's like a video about 2 days ago. I find this very, very strange. Not exactly because of the video itself, but rather because I'm just left wondering why. Why is Nintendo dropping this brief reintroduction to the Splatoon series now of all times? And yes, you could point to Raiders here and say that they're just trying to get people into Splatoon before Splatoon Raiders drops next month. And I do think that's definitely one reason why they published this video. But the main thing that I'm curious about is the timing. Like, Raiders doesn't release for another month and a half. And well, yeah, sure, this video could convince some people to pre-order Raiders. I don't think it's gonna create much hype for the game, right? At least not right now. Like, if this video was solely just to prepare people for Raiders, I think it would have made more sense to release it much closer to the game's actual launch. Maybe like 2 weeks before it launched, or maybe even less. Like, around the same time that a trailer or a, like, specific Splatoon Raiders Direct would happen. Because that would get people interested, because at that point it would make sense. A overview of the Splatoon series would get people interested in Splatoon at a time where the new game, Splatoon Raiders, is getting a lot of attention, and it might convince people to go ahead and buy the game when we actually know something about it. Because right now, we don't really know too much about Splatoon Raiders. We've gotten 2 trailers that kind of give us a rough idea of what it's going to be like, but it's very obvious that the major marketing for this game hasn't really started yet, and there's probably still a lot that they want to show before launch, like a bit more of the gameplay loop and what's actually gonna happen, and like maybe a brief like summary giving us a tease of the story, like stuff like that. They haven't really done that yet. So if the purpose of this new video was to push the Splatoon series and Splatoon Raiders to new players who might not know about the series, then, like, why aren't they doing it when actually more is known about the new game? Right now, I feel like a lot of the people who are pre-ordering Splatoon Raiders are mainly going to be dedicated Splatoon fans. And, like, yeah, there might be some new players who found the game interesting enough from the trailers alone to pre-order it, especially since the Switch 2 is early in its life and people are looking for Nintendo exclusives to play, because that's what a lot of people have bought the Switch 2 for. But I still feel like, why now? Why are they putting this out now if they want to push Splatoon Raiders? If anything, this is kind of interesting because the trailer kind of ends up heavily promoting Splatoon 3 more than anything. Which I guess could suggest that they still have big plans for the game, or maybe they're just trying to, like, boost its popularity and help it last for longer. Even before Raiders was announced, I felt like it was going to be a pretty long time until Splatoon 4 came out. There was just something about Splatoon 3 that just felt like it was built to last at least longer than Splatoon 2 did. Like the repeating catalogs, the large amount of unlockables and stuff. Like, there's so many badges in this game, it's actually crazy. And also the event reruns after Grand Fest, like they're still doing some Splatfests and big runs, and it kind of brings people back. And even like the bonus updates, like version 11 in January, earlier this year, that came out of nowhere. So I feel like Splatoon 3 is in a good position to still last for quite a while, but over time that the popularity is going to decrease. So maybe Nintendo's just trying to push Splatoon 3 to keep the game active for longer. Another interesting thing about the trailer is that it kind of caters to both Switch 1 and Switch 2 users, because Splatoon 3 is a game that is on Switch 1 and Switch 2, whereas Splatoon Raiders is only going to be on Switch 2. It can apply to both Switch 1 and Switch 2 players. I just thought that was worth mentioning. I don't really have a point to say about that, honestly. I guess it kind of shows that Nintendo's still trying to, like, they still know that they have, like, a huge audience on Switch 1, and they're not just abandoning everyone on Switch 1 for the Switch 2. Like, they've said before that they don't want to completely abandon the original Switch, because it's, like, the second best-selling console of all time. Like, you're not going to completely abandon, like, when you have a user base that big. But anyway, what I'm about to say is just a theory that I kind of came up with in my head. But based on the rumors going around the internet of a Nintendo Direct next week, which could be true, might not be true, and also the fact that Big Run this month is placed towards the end of the month rather at the beginning, because usually big runs happen at the beginning of the month, but this month is happening towards the end. And I believe, let me just check. Yeah, so the big run they didn't even announce the stage is going to happen. Usually when they announce the time for the big run, they announce the stage. So I think this is probably big run. About 2 years ago now, they did a big run event where it was basically on all stages, all of the Salmon Run stages, at that point. And so if they do that again, that's cool. It's just peculiar. It's happening on June 20th. And usually big runs happen closer to the beginning of the month. So it does kind of make me think maybe, just maybe, they're placing it there so they can announce some Splatoon content soon and then get people back into the game. And then a big run event happens, you know? Especially if the rumors are true. If the rumors are true, that a direct is happening next week, then it's almost guaranteed we're going to see something Splatoon, because there's a new Splatoon game coming out in a month. But I'm thinking, what if they also make a new Splatoon announcement in general? Maybe an update to Splatoon 3, adding some more third kits, or maybe even some surprise Splatoon content that's completely unrelated to Splatoon 3 or Splatoon Raiders that we just didn't see coming at all. It just kind of gets people more hyped in the series. I might be looking into this just way too much, but either way, it's kind of fun to just theorize and get excited over things like this, even if they don't happen. So it's exciting, you know, when stuff is happening with, like, your favorite video game franchise. That's enough of me rambling on about this, and I have to ask, what do you think about this strange new Splatoon rundown of the series video, from Nintendo? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day. Bye.